excited? All right, so it's my pleasure to bring on our next speaker. And I have to say, every time I chat with Mike on the phone, the moment I answer, this is what I hear. Haroldo! This guy is always on fire. He brings so much energy to the team. So dedicated in building his team. He's been instrumental in the growth that we've had across Mexico and Puerto Rico in recent years. And I'm so grateful to have someone like Mike representing not only the Hispanic market, but coming in and making such a big impact across the world. And you're gonna hear a little bit of his story, but this is someone who I admire so much, and what he's doing here at LifeWave has been incredible. He actually stepped away from the industry. He had been in the industry for a number of years and stepped away for 8 years. And again, he learned about X39 and he said, I gotta jump onto this boat, and he's been running. So please help me welcome another elite senior presidential director, Mike Hernandez.
Thank you, Haroldo! How's everybody doing? Fired up, guys. Thank you. First of all, I just got to start the right way and say I thank God Almighty for all of the blessings, everything He's done for me in my life. I thank God for Steve and Gina Merritt for bringing this couple into my life and leading me into this industry. I thank God for David Schmidt, the LifeWave corporate, and everything else. And last but not least, my life partner, my baby, my wife. Love you, the one who encouraged me to go ahead and get started. She told me, babe, we're dumb if we don't. When we looked at the life, we didn't want to do network marketing again, but she said, babe, we're dumb if we don't. But guys, real quick, I know we just had, oh my God, what's her name? I'm terrible. With the comp plan. Emily, I can't remember her name, so you know I can't even remember the comp plan, all right? And not to mention, I'm part of the committee with the comp plan. So guys, I hope I give you some hope today, guys, because let me tell you something. It reminds me of when I first started in the industry, 2006, and I met Steve and Gina Merritt. I didn't know what network marketing was about. Comp plan to me was like teaching me a new language. And one thing you got to know about me is I'm a high school dropout. Dropped out in 10th grade. I met my wife when she was 12 and I was 15. Don't look at me weird. I didn't know she was 15. I know she was 12. I don't know how she got pregnant at the age of 17. We're still trying to figure that one out. And I know it wasn't the patch. There's a whole lot of new patch babies going out. We didn't have the patch back then. But literally, when I met Steve and Gina Merritt back in 2006, they didn't know this, but one of the things we were doing as a side business was picking up garbage. And let me just paint a clear picture. My mom and my mother-in-law were cleaning houses for wealthy people down in South Florida, beautiful, multi-million-dollar mansions. And I would pick them up every night, and I saw 2 times a week they put out the garbage. And sometimes like, wow, look at that sofa. People with money, they buy a new sofa, throw out the old one that kind of looks brand new, and we would pick it up and take it out to the swap shops to make extra income. When I learned about this amazing opportunity, learned about network marketing through Steve and Gina Merritt. And guys, I remember I got excited because of the product, right? I didn't understand anything about the comp plan, and I still don't. And we've done pretty well, actually, without knowing much about the comp plan. But here's what I do remember, sitting down in a room like this, and through corporate, trying to learn the numbers. Steve and Gina, they never sat down and broke the numbers for me. They just told us what the strategy was. Go out there, you do this, you make that. Go out there, and that's all I needed to know. Thank God, Steve, not Gina, but Steve, I could relate to. I dropped out of high school in 10th grade. Steve told me, Mike, I told the teachers, if you don't pass me, I'm coming back. And they passed him, right? So I can relate. I can follow a guy like that. I told him right after his speech, we went out to the boys. I went out to the boys' room, too much information. But we were all out there looking to high-five each other. But we're like, wait, not here, right? Everybody got fired up after hearing Steve. And guys, that's the thing. I remember watching the comp plan broken down to me in my first company. And man, I couldn't get it. And I thought to myself, this is one of those times where maybe, school would have been a little beneficial. And I remember saying, hey, Steve, let me ask you something, because I don't understand anything about this comp plan. And a lot of you can relate. I've seen a lot of you, like bow your heads like you know what you're saying, what she's explaining. And I know you don't. Well, maybe you do. How many people here went to school, went to college, got a degree, PhD, and all that thing? I see a few hands. Congratulations. Listen, I just want to tell you, you can do this too, all right? You can be up here one day too and have a lot of success. It's just gonna take you a lot longer because you're so darn smart. You gotta figure everything out. And I remember when I first saw the comp plan, I'm like, man, it's frustrating me. I don't get these freaking numbers, right? I should have said that word. I don't get these numbers. But I remember pulling Steve to the side, concerned, sweating. I'm like, Steve, I don't get it. Like, I said, Steve, I have one question. If I don't understand these numbers by the time I leave this room, but I go out there, and I'm tearing it up, I'm getting people signed up and getting people excited about the product and everything else, am I gonna make money? He said, yeah, Mike. I said, so what if I don't do any of that and I just know everything about the comp plan, know all the, I know how she says dots. I'm like 0.2.0. I'm like, oh my God, right? And I'm like, what if I don't understand any of this, but I'm really, really good at that? He said, Mike, you're going to make a lot of money. I'm like, all right, so get me out of here. You're wasting my time. By the time I'm out here, learning all these numbers, I can be out there just recruiting new people. But guys, real quick, this is what I learned. When I first learned about this industry, because look, you got to relate to who we once were, all right? Our present is your future. All right? In the sense that I remember sitting down, my first company, watching Steve and Gina Merritt talk about, all the success they were having and seeing all the leaders. And, I wanted to get there. But, what's my train of thought? Anyway, but I tell you anybody can do this. But, so this is what I'm saying. So I remember, I didn't really understand the plan and everything else, but I remember that I got excited because I figured, hey, all I got to do is go out there and talk to people, right? And I remember the first people you go talk to are the people you know, the people you love, the people that have been around you your whole life, right? The people you love most. And I realized real quick, at least with me, I don't know about you, but sometimes the people you know you love the most, that they've been in your whole life, right? Guys, they're the ones who believe in you the least. Oh, it's not just me. I thought it was just me because, I didn't go to school. But the people who knew me, they knew, I was broke. They knew I was picking up garbage. They knew, I didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. And I was excited, but you know what I learned? These people are in your life. They're not going anywhere. They're just watching you. And some of them just need to see you really start making something happen before all of a sudden, they get shooken up. They're like, oh, wow, they're really making it happen. Look at them. They're posting a picture. They're out traveling. They bought a new car. I remember, my God, when I first got started, I was looking to make $250 per month, enough to get my product for free. Then I said, if I can make it per month, I can make it per week, because that could mean a brand new car. And just, the bigger, the longer you got around, the bigger your dream became. But when people started seeing me all of a sudden in a brand new car, oh, what's that, right? But guys, how do you build this business when the people you know most don't believe in you, don't get excited, don't support you? I learned that there's a whole lot more people that you don't know than the ones you do know, all right? And if those people are going to respect me more than the ones that do, then I just got to get really good at, connecting with those people. And in big cities like this, guys, you blink. I'm born and raised in New York City. You blink, there's a whole new million people you can talk to. Blink again, a whole new million people you can talk to. So I got excited, right? And I didn't have the skills to go out there and, connect with folks, but I just knew I had something great. And I just said, my God, it's physically, humanly impossible that I can't find 2-3 people that see what I see, want what I want, are going to go after it. 2-3 people. So I will go out there every single day with that mindset, right? But guys, it took me some time. Professionals make things look easy. All right, Steve, right? World water skier. But guys, he made it look easy because he fell down 20,000 times. Look at the guy, right? Right? So I love Steve. He's a freaking machine. I gotta stop saying that word. He's a machine. I love him. But guys, you don't see us when, that's what I was trying to say before. We are your present future, right? So I didn't get that. I was like, man, what am I doing wrong? Because no one's talking to more people than me when I first got started in this industry. And I would talk to people, and I learned that, listen, there's some skills we're gonna have to learn. And one of my problems was I was throwing up on everybody. Oh my God, if you were within arm's reach, I was talking to you, and I don't know if you can tell, I speak pretty fast, especially when I'm excited and I'm patched. Guys, I'm like throwing up on everybody. I'm like, anyone I touch, anyone I talk to, they're gonna see this, they're gonna get in. Well, God forbid you had to jump on a flight with me. all right? Whether it was a 30-minute flight or 2-hour flight or 5 hour, God forbid. And I couldn't get it. I'm like, why is it that everyone I sit down next to, they're like within 2 minutes, great, I'm sleepy. And I see them blinking the whole flight. They're blinking. They're not sleeping. They just wanted me to shut up because I wouldn't even let their butts get warm on the seat before I'm like, oh my God, have you heard about this? This is a great opportunity. You can make that. I was throwing up on everybody, but little by little, because I stuck in there, I would see guys like Steve. I'm like, you know what? If this guy can make that much money, my God, I can make at least 10%, right? 10% of what this guy makes would change my life forever. And I hung in there like a hair in a biscuit. I'm like, you know what? It's me. I'm doing it wrong. I'm going to figure this thing out. And guys, it's like Steve with these tricks, right? He kept falling. He figured these things out. World champion. So I'm like, man, I got to do this. And guys, here's what I learned. There are some techniques, but we're only going to get good if we continue doing it, right? So I remember, okay, I started learning about these techniques, like for instance, the form. Before you connect with somebody, before you go ahead and, hit him with the hammer, you get to know him a little bit, right? Like FORM. I learned like in a natural, organic conversation. They don't know I'm being strategic, right? But I'm not making it seem natural and organic. I gotta, get to know them. Hey, how you doing? Right? I remember, okay, Mike, this is what you're doing, and this is what you're doing wrong. And I will learn it in these trainings. I'm like, oh my God, that's what I'm doing wrong. I'm throwing up all over them. I'm not connecting. I didn't even know their names before I threw up all over them. So okay, I said, okay. So in these conversations, I gotta just relax. Relax, Mike. Learn a little bit about their family, right? What do they do? Their occupation, recreation. What do they like to do? So that I can find the motive as to why they're going to want to do something like this, right? So I remember when I started, because sometimes it takes a while to turn the ship around. So I'm like, all right, Mike, I will have to talk to myself. Mike, relax. All right, they're sitting down in the plane. Just look at them and smile. Oh my God, they're smiling back. Oh my God. Relax, Mike, relax, all right? So little, hey, how you doing? Hey. So it took me some time, guys, and it's gonna take all, just gotta hang in there, like I said, like a hair in a biscuit, because guys, it's worth it. That's how much more time I have left? Oh my God. So here's the deal, I'm here to talk about, did they put 15 minutes there? Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm here to talk about contacting and, not recruiting, but somebody help me with one. Something like that. So here. So guys, here's what I learned. Guys, we got to go out there. Yeah, we got to talk to people. And when I got started, I had been out of the industry for 8 years, right? And now I've got a little bit more experience. So we got on the phone. My wife and I made a list of 100 people before we even started contacting people. And because I had been out of the industry for 8 years, there were people who had gotten to know who didn't know me from network marketing. And when I would call them, guys, I like to do the 60-second thing. I don't want to be the guy trying to explain everything. Why? Because we're teaching people what to do when we do it. In other words, if you're out there, you're explaining everything, they figure, my God, I got to know all these things before I go out there, and get busy. So I like to do a quick 60-second conversation, 60-second call. In my call, I'm going to invite and I'm going to pre-qualify. So if I'm calling John, just John, somebody I've met along the way, doesn't know me from network marketing, I'll call him up. Hey, John, how you doing? Good. You got to be normal. Just say hello, right? How's everybody doing? John, do you have a quick second? I'll be 1 minute. I know you're busy. I don't have a lot of time. I'm sure you don't either. Yeah, Mike, because they might not be, available at the time. Maybe they're about to go in a meeting or whatever. So, John, listen, I'm calling you because, John, I know that you're a sharp guy. I know that if you see something that makes sense to you, John, something that can be very lucrative, you might want to know more about it, right, John? And I shut up. I'm waiting for the yes. I'm asking you a question that I know it's just going to be yes. Yeah, Mike, what is it? Well, John, like I said, I don't have time. That's why I led with that comment. I don't have time. But John, listen, I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm going to show you whatever you're doing tonight at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whenever the Zoom call is set up, because we do Zoom calls every single night. Whatever you're doing tonight, John, drop it. I know around 7, 8 o'clock, what they're doing is watching TV, right? Guys, John, you got to get on this Zoom. What I'm going to show you tonight, I'm going to apologize ahead of time. You're not going to sleep tonight, John. Tonight, John, instead of seeing sheeps, you're going to see green sheeps, not white sheeps. You're going to be seeing, I usually say something else like bags of money. But anyway, it's a quick 60-second, guys. And if he doesn't have the time, then listen, John, I'm going to make it a thing to call you at another time then. I'm calling people the day of. I'm not calling people on Monday to leave them in suspense until Thursday. I'm calling you the day of. Now, there's some people that we know and know us from the industry. That time can't be right. People who know us from the industry, these people, you have to be a little bit more transparent. All right. So when you're calling Javi or you're calling Dave, right? So I know that they know what I'm calling them about. All right, guys. I got a high school dropout, but at this point, I've got a PhD in people. All right. I know people, and that PhD has given me an MBA, a massive bank account. All right. So you want to learn some of this stuff. All right. So I know when I call Dave, I'm like, hey, Dave, how you doing? How you been? Mike, how you doing, brother? Wow, long time don't speak. Haven't heard about you in about 10 years. I know what Dave is telling me. I heard the words, but I know what he's telling me. All right, Mike, what do you got now? I know you don't call me unless it's network marketing. What do you want? And I'm going to be a lot more direct and straight up with Dave because, people don't appreciate you using the back door, saying hello for 20 minutes, and then, oh, by the way, come on. People, they smell that a mile away, and they don't like it. So a guy like Dave, I'm going to, hey, Dave, listen, I know we haven't spoken in years. I haven't had anything exciting to talk to you about until right now. It took 15 years for me to call you back, Dave. But here's the thing, Dave, I know if you're anything like me, you don't want to do anything in the industry again. Dave, I was running away from everybody for 8 years. You couldn't pay me enough money to give you 5 minutes to talk about, the MLM thing. But Dave, the problem with the MLM thing is the following, that if you don't have something life-changing, if you don't have something exclusive, and if you're not a pioneer, Dave, good luck. And let me tell you something. I know that anybody will be convinced with what we have because if I was able to convince myself, anybody will be convinced. And here's the thing, Dave. All I want is 15 minutes from your time. If it doesn't make sense to you, listen, I'm still going to high-five you in the street. I'm still going to like all of your posts. I don't have a problem. What I have a problem with, Dave, is that if I don't call you right now, someone else will. And I won't forgive myself when I see you in this company fired up because I was too afraid or too ashamed to call you. I would not forgive myself. And I also wouldn't forgive myself when you tell me, wow, Mike, you've had all the success and you didn't even think about calling me. So I'm giving him the back door. But guys, and it's not only what we say, but how we say it. You can say verbatim what we say, but if you don't have the conviction and the enthusiasm that we have, good luck. Another thing is this, guys. I'm not chasing ambulances. I go out there, I lead with the business, all right? Some people are like, oh my God, we got this thing, and you're like looking for everyone who's limping. I'm looking for someone with a pep in their step. I'm not looking for someone limping, hurting. No, I want sharp, fast moving people who are motivated. So I always lead with this. Hey, look, yesterday, 2-3 days ago, we were in a restaurant, and I'm sorry, guys. I'll get off in a minute. I was in a restaurant and was with some of my team, and they said, hey, I want to see you prospect, right? So sure, I'm, getting to know the waiter, and he's being, really nice, whatever. And I say, hey, you got a great attitude. I love your energy, man. How long have you been doing this for? I thought the music was coming on. How long have you been doing this for? And he said, oh my God, I've been doing this industry maybe for 20-something years. I'm like, wow, you're great at it. Let me ask you something. What's your retirement plan? Right? And had already known a little bit about him, his family, whatever. He said he's got a kid in Utah that goes to school. I don't know what school because I don't pay attention to schools. But I know he wanted to retire, and he said, hey, it's going to take a lot of money. And I said, so what's your retirement plan? How's it looking like? He was like, well, whatever. And I said, listen, I made it personal to him. I got to find out a little bit about him. And I said, what? I believe I have something for you that can help accelerate your retirement plan. So, guys, you just got to make it personal to them. What else do I have to say? Never stop recruiting, guys. There's people who I've met in the industry like, oh, I haven't recruited in years. That's crazy. You never stop recruiting. Every single day I'm out there. I'm looking to recruit every single day. Follow up. Guys, to shut it down, I'm just going to talk about follow up. So when I follow up with people that I know, that I love, that is kind of getting weird, again, a PhD in people. You know, you spoke to John or Joanne, and she was all fired up. All of a sudden, you call her once, you call her twice, 3 times. You know she's avoiding you, right? So I like to call them up and say, hey, John, real quick, listen, I'm leaving them voice messages. Don't get behind. Listen, unless you're an influencer, don't go online and wear the X39 all over the place, because you let the cat out the bag. Already people know before you even call them what the patch is about. Maybe got recruited by somebody else. Don't do that unless you're an influencer, right? But Joanne, hey honey, I'm gonna leave a message. Hey honey, how you doing? Listen, I've been contacting you, following you back, following up for a few days, and I haven't heard back from you. Listen, I don't want it to get weird between you and I. We're friends, and I want to maintain our friendship before anything else. If you're not interested, then fine, this is not for you. I don't have a problem. But I'm following up because I don't want you to think I forgot about you. But honey, if this is not for you, just let me know. I'll drop it. Don't worry about it. It won't hurt my feelings. All right? Number 2, I follow up with people that I meet. Hey, the newest guy that he was a Uber guy. And he told me he's driving Uber because he has spent hundreds of thousands of dollars into a 7-Eleven. Didn't work out. So I called him a few times. He seemed excited. And at the 3rd time, I'm like, hey, John, how you doing? This is Mike. Listen, I just want to let you know, I've called you 2-3 times. You seem to be excited. And I just want you to know, if this is not for you, I don't have a problem. Let me know so I can tick you off of my follow-up list and everything will be good. He called me back within 20 minutes. Hey, Mike, I'm so sorry for not following up. So just take it away from people. You have to, you can't be afraid to take it away from them. People appreciate that. And last thing is this, guys. It's just a numbers game. Listen, I've signed up 144 people. All right? From 140 people, my personal organization has grown to about 130,000 personal organization. It's a numbers game. I want you to know that my numbers are terrible because I don't follow up. I follow up like that and I'll drop you real quick. I figure once I pull the ball on your court, it's up to you to take the shot. When I met Gina, and I met Gina initially, she gave me her number. She gave me Steve's number. It was up to me to follow up with her. So I did because I saw an opportunity. So the way I see it is like that. But from 144 people, you know how many people I had to talk to? About 1,000. My averages is maybe 1.5 out of each person. All right? I have terrible numbers. 1.5 is like a person and in a midget. No, it's hard. It's not even politically correct. But here's the thing. I can't wait. So that means I got 8,500 no's. All right? I can't wait to get 8,000 no's, guys. So listen, sorry again, corporate, for the time. I don't know if that time was right. But guys, listen, all I know is that we can do this. You go out there, you stick in it like a hair in a biscuit. You keep getting better and better by doing it. And I'll see you right here in the future. God bless you. Believe you. Good night.